This is our audience focus group, and the aim of this is to try and get feedback back from our target audience to see what they think of our music video and our ancillary products, which are Digipack and our magazine advert. So first of all, we're going to show them our music video to see what their opinions are and if we represent the artist the way in which they would have liked. So yeah, just press the button and start. That's good, I like it. It feels like minutes, but really it's You can talk if you want about what you think of it.
I like it.
I'm laughing, it's not something you expect.
Exactly.
From them.
It's actually
I
real.
hope to God that's not how his voice. It's not.
I like the transitions.
His lip syncing is good. Oh my God. What's this guy doing? I'm talking to you.
I had that background. You guys are making me laugh.
Oh, this looks like he's having fun.
This is actually not
Cartoonist dad.
I've never seen so animated in my life.
I liked the whole carefree vibe of the group and the person singing. I also thought that his outfit was very
different.
Yes, it was very different, but it also fit the kind of song that he was singing.
It would have been better if, you know how different artists, they changed their outfits for different scenes. I think that would have been better.
Oh, okay, so if we had like different costumes and different clothing that he could have wore
for different scenes.
Okay, yeah,
and they switched them back as well.
But you were saying that the outfits were a bit different. What was that were different? What was it that you thought was kind of unusual or wasn't common?
Not even different, but I feel like it suited the song that
so
the person was singing.
Okay.
And the part that I thought needed maybe a little more editing was towards the end, and his face was at an angle like this, and he was just singing, and it looked a little perturbed. Yeah, it was a little it was different, and I'm not quite sure how different audiences will react to that.
Okay. And what about Mohammed? What do you think about the music video?
Like all in all, I think it was a great music video. Like the way there was different scenes, there was different atmospheres. Like there will be one scene where it will be him in a, like, I think it was like a countryside or something like that, surrounded by grass, and then it will switch to like him being in a fun fair. So it shows like two different scenes, two different like perspectives. And
what do you think that represents of the artist? Like the different locations?
Like it just shows that like you could operate in different areas basically, so you could show the fun side and it could show like a more serious side.
Or it can have a meaning behind it.
And what type of meaning do you think it kind of shows in our music video? So maybe like
see that coming.
So the different the different locations. What do you think that they show about our artist? Maybe think about his personality as well.
The funfair one, it could show like how fun, carefree, relaxed he is. Whereas the countryside one, it could show like the deeper meaning, like maybe something's going on, maybe that signs happen at that location. That could be why it could be videoed there.
Like a memorable feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because the song's called Grow, the different places he was at could be a representation of the different aspects of his life that he's reminiscing about. So the fun fair bit could be a representation of the youthful joy that he experienced as a child, and then walking around on the streets, especially because he was walking backwards, could show how maybe he wants to go back in time, and also shows his journey from childhood to adolescence.
Yeah.
And I think that you represented his message very creatively in the video, because you used all these different places.
A specific thing we wanted to ask you about was, because you were saying how the music video is about, the song's about growing up, so what we tried to do was we tried to incorporate kind of like memories. So like in the beginning, the way the music video starts is kind of like a projection. Yeah, a projection. And it's kind of like showing this is like him looking back at his time when he was a youth. So how do you think, do you think we did that successfully, or do you think that there's something that we could have worked on a bit more?
You did it successfully.
Successfully, but what I wanted to ask were, say, the friends that were involved in the video, because obviously the video was mainly just the singer. There were friends that only appeared like briefly. What their were they just memories from youth? Because you see them when he's having fun, but you don't see them when he's grown up.
So one thing we wanted was that we wanted our audience to kind of interpret a lot of things themselves. So we wanted to portray our artists as quite creative and quite carefree, but we also wanted to show that there's a side that everyone hides from themselves. So by showing his friends in his memories, it could also, you could kind of interpret it in any different way. Which one do you prefer, and which one? The second one. Why do you prefer the second one?
That was so quick.
It's more bright, attract.
I prefer the second one.
Like it interacts more with us than
It's
the
more
first one.
vibrant.
It's
So you
more
think-
eye-catching.
Yeah.
I like to.
I can't lie, that looks like a poster you would see like on the street. Like if you were to like go, I don't know, like Trafalgar Square or something like that, you would see that kind of poster. But
It's like the cover for an album, and I like how the flowers. I like how the flowers are like different heights in front of the face, which actually like represents like the stage in his life, which is interesting. But yeah, the second one's a lot better.
Yeah, that's it.
Chrissy, why do you like the second one over the first one?
I like the font because it matches the background more, because it stands out and it's more vibrant.
It matches.
In what way does it match? Especially like maybe talk about the first one and second one.
Oh, the second one, the layout of it.
The layout of the second one.
Yeah. Matches the video because like you can see like it looks like one of the scenes here where you man are at the fun fair, and you lot having a carefree time, and most people when they do that jump in the image are like in a happy mood.
This cover should be on the front, and then this one should be at the CD.
Okay.
that one.
This one.
The second one.
And why do you prefer this one over the other?
Oh, it just captures the whole music video on it. Like it shows you different scenes, and it shows you like it kind of briefly describes what the musical video is going
We
to
don't
look like.
understand the meaning behind
This
that
one
one.
That
but
picture, okay.
we kind of get what this is about,
Yeah.
What do you think is
That
about?
was- Yeah.
and that was in the music scene.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wasn't it?
Album cover.
Oh yeah, I like that one better than the first one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the album cover, it kind of what's it called? The
Grow.
yeah,
It's called Grow.
yeah, called Grow.
Mhm.
Is the song called Grow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
And
Okay,
the album
so
as well.
the way the artist is positioned on the steps,
Mhm.
he's sitting on the bottom steps, and because it's called Grow, you can see how the steps behind him ascend, like in the background, and that could be a representation of the essence of the album, which is about the progression in life. And I like that the font for the actual title Grow
Mhm.
is obviously it's quite carefree,
Mhm.
but at the same time it's
It gets the point across.
it gets the point across.
All right.
Good job, guys.
The background of where the artist is sitting looks like that's where his house is. That's where he's based in.
That's
Yeah.
where he's grown.
So that's where he's grown.
from.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think of that. Wow.
That's what I thought in my head, just when
Mhm.
she was talking.
Yeah, I like that
It's
story.
very good,
Mm.
and the fact that the album, the cover, the front bit, obviously it's the house, so you could say it's in the main street on the city, in the
Mhm.
city, but then the background is green and it juxtaposes the original location. So, and that really brings together the essence of the song because it's about the different phases of his life.
Oh.
That's creative. So then the people listening to the album or have the CD pack will understand why he wrote the songs.
Mhm.
So the background for them.
I was just going to ask Ibrahim. So, what do you think about us having the writing about the artist over a picture of a flower?
It was a creative idea, especially the fact that the shadow of the flower is covering some of the writing.
The flower is supposed to represent growth as well,
Exactly.
because they
Yeah,
need
because
to
it
be.
looks like
it's
it's in full
blue.
bloom
Yeah,
still.
and flowers need to be
It's very full
nurtured
bloom,
and
it's in
taken
summer.
care of. Yeah. Okay, and then there's two more images as well that we wanted to talk about before we talk about the CD. So the image of our artist looking into horizon with the blue sky behind him. Is there anything that you particularly like about that picture, and do you think it fits with the digipack?
Because he's looking back, like he's looking behind him. Obviously, that goes back to the video for Grow, because it's a collection of like his memories from the past. So that's like a direct correlation there. And the fact that the skies are blue could like symbolize how bright and clear he sees his future to be.
I can't like the way he's sitting on the wall. It kind of looks like he's like climbed above it, and like he's sitting back and he's looking back at the struggles that he's been through, and then now he's like sitting over it. Like he's like, you know what, I've made it, because you see, like you feel a sense of relief once you sit there and you look back and you're like, you know what, I've been through all of that. Let me tackle what's coming. So yeah,
That's beautiful.
And then the other image that you the one down there.
he's out of focus. He's confused.
Nah, but the flowers are in focus.
Exactly. There's a reason behind it, bro. Think about it.
So why do you think? What do you interpret?
Because
from
if
it?
he's blurry, then because obviously, let's say you're looking at your reflection and then after it blurs, then you don't see yourself clearly. So it's like looking into a mirror and not you don't know who's the person that's looking back at you, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Mhm.
So like you're lost and confused, and like you don't know who you are.
Do you think that that's related to our message of growing up?
Yeah, definitely. Because obviously when you're a kid and you're growing up, you obviously go through a lot of hardships in life, and then sometimes they hit you kind of hard, and then you yourself go astray, and then sometimes like you wobble off, and then you yourself then realize like, who am I really in it? And then you just grow into the person that you are when you grow later in life.
Okay, great. And do you think that so far all the images we looked at, do you think that there's a colour theme maybe going on throughout?
Blue.
The blue.
I'm seeing blue still.
Blue. Okay. And what do you think this colour blue represents?
Hope.
Hope. Okay. And Ibrahim, what do you think the colour blue in relation to the digipack? What do you think the colour represents?
Well, happiness.
And now we're going to finally just go onto the CD, so the image of the CD. Comparing the CD to the magazine advert that you guys would be the best. So what do you think of the CD, and especially thinking about the genre of the music as well?
Yeah, so I think we all agree that the first CD looked better.
The first CD?
Yeah.
The second.
This one.
So you think
That one.
this CD
That
looks
one.
better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Because it matches the theme.
on the music video and everything and the magazine and that CD will look better.
Do you think that conveying the neon lights in the auxiliary products is necessary?
Oh, okay.
We show the neon lights more because it's seen so much in the music video.
Not more, in essence, like just keep it the way it is.
If they did the
And, like,
magazine
don't
advert's
overdo
fine.
it.
Yeah. Like overdoing it kind of move you like a little bit away from your genre that you're trying to get. If you know what I'm trying to say.
Looking back at all the products we've shown you today, do you think that they all can be something that you see in from an artist that does Indian pop music, alternative Indian pop music?
Yeah.
Yes.
I listen to it.
I mean, all of it just goes together.
The beats.
Like from the posters to the CD to the album cover.
Mhm.
It just all goes together, and it's something that like you would actually find in stores, like famous person would actually make.
Thank you guys for your time today.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Good. Finished.